organizer of the conference asked me to be a little bit formal to give the certificate. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you at the conference again. I'm the colleague of these conferences. My name is Ayhan Gözcü from Turkey. We are making the DEA work for testing the best design for female calf growth. Our studies aim and scope is the original are in this study the effects of mixed and feed composed of different protein and energy levels on the growth characteristics of female cows were examined and conducted with data envelopment analysis. Over the original data of Bigel-Turan, Mr. Bigel-Turan is the co-author of our study. In his PhD thesis, he used variance analysis techniques for measuring the calf growth performance. When I see these data, I suddenly think that there are some input-output relations in their variance analysis, and he wants to measure the performance. Performance measure and input-output relations means data envelopment analysis. Everyone of us knows. So I offer him to use his data in a DEA framework. The data was designed for experimental design, I said, and it has two levels of two inputs and 8 performance criteria measured from female cows. These criteria are live weight, body length, fetus height, body depth, hip height, hip width, chest width, table value, and 4 levels of mixed feed they used. Due to the structure of experimental design of the data, we can consider and accept and allow this research into data envelopment analysis, as I said. When we look at the literature, essentially the DEA is used quite a lot in the field of agriculture. Studies on this subject are available in abundance. Mendes allocative have a new collects one of the studies in efficiency measures in agriculture. If you look at all DEA studies, 2 years before I studied this, and about 7,000 DEA studies exist. 2 years passed, and I think about 10,000 DEA studies exist in literature. In a brief search made in Scopus, we could see about over 300 studies related to farming. If our searching keyword is farming, we can be faced over 300 studies. And if you search the term agriculture, about 200, and husbandry, about 100, and about cows and cattle, there are 31 studies. 31 studies. The real number of studies are the intersection of all these studies, and some other studies may exist in other databases. Each of one corresponds to the DEA with different point of view. When we look at the literature closely, Azade, I think true pronunciation is like it, or I don't know, studied DEA and variance analysis, but in different subjects. Into the Ebro, I think. I don't know if this pronunciation is true, but the writing is true. Studied DEA and Malezya indices. I used Malezya indices for Brazilian farms, but not for calf growth that they used. And also, I think we have to add the studies in this session, at least 4 studies and one more study. The study after me also, I think, used farming and Malezya indices. Data variables and model. As we said the previous slides, the study data is taken from the PhD thesis of Brilliant One. Dervitol has depicted most of the textbooks like 2 output, 1 input case in Cooper. We take the inputs fixed because of the experimental design. And we can take like this, and there are examples like Cooper's textbook. We have 2 separate input, protein energy. Each have 2 levels, as shown in table 1. The table is next slide, as well as 8 outputs. The measures of calf growth, depending upon the fixed input, we use CCR model. We have, as I said, we have 2 inputs, protein level and energy level. And these are 2 plus 2, 4 level. And we have outputs measures, live weight, body length. I said this before, I don't continue again. And we have, we measured this, Brilliant One measured this 7 months long. And he wants to measure the difference between mounts. If there's a change in these measures, monthly change, and used variance analysis techniques. And I offered him to use Data Envelopment Analyis and Malezya in this. Our work, Data Envelopment Analyis and Malezya in this also show the difference of productivity, efficiency change. Our CCR model, everybody knows this model. I will explain this. Classical model. And Malezya index. Malezya productivity index introduced by Caves et al. Dedicated to the idea of Malezya concerns with efficiency change over time. It was represented as follows. This is Malezya index. It has 2 parts. The first part shows the efficiency change or catch-up effect. The second part measures the technological change or frontier shift effect. And we can measure Malezya index from recent to Cape period later. We can adapt Malezya index to DEA by following multiple CCR models. I looked at the literature. Originally, Malezya index was applied to envelopment form, and this is the multiplied form use of Malezya indices. And this formulation is for catch-up effect. For this part, this model, for the lower part, this model was solved n times. for each decision-making unit. And for frontal shift effect, these models are solved how many times? At least there are 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This counting is made. When we look at the efficiency results, as can be seen from the efficiency results, the first group is efficient, and this shows the monthly change of efficiency. It's stable. In the first group, there are 3 efficient units, and in the second group, there are 1 efficient unit. Only the last month it changed, and in third group can change 1, 2, and there are so less efficient units in fourth group. But when we look at the monthly change, we saw stability. And we look at with Kruskal-Wallis test to efficiency results that our eyes, the Kruskal-Wallis test say the same results. When we look at the whole efficiency results, we retain the null hypothesis that Malezya index same all equals to categories. These are our references. In our study states that if there is input-output relations in various experimental designs, and if you are measuring performance, you can use DEA also.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we have time for question, and please.
Thank you for that interesting study. My question is about the CCR assumption. Is that not a very strong assumption? Because ideally we don't expect that if you double the protein more, then we're going to be increasing, the animal is going to increase the weight of what? It's going to reach a peak where it's going to plateau. So I think that's
our
a very strong
inputs are
assumption.
fixed.
Yeah.
So I don't give the scrap because of the fixedness of our inputs. Only
Okay.
one line. I have to use CCR. If the inputs change, you may use the other models.
And for your month with productivity index, you didn't tell us the time frame, or I missed that. What's the time frame? What's the time period for the data? It was for how long?
7 months.
7 months.
Mhm.
So the month quiz is based on monthly change or what?
There's no change. We said we see.
But the month quiz tries to compare two periods. What you mean is that you are comparing between two periods and see whether you have
Every period.
Pardon?
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and 6 months.
So that's all you're doing. You're comparing between months, or
Yes.
what is the time period that you're comparing when you're doing a month quiz?
It seems that it is 7 months.
It's 7 months, but then
Do you have
is
any
it
information
between
about the
months
technical
or-
change and efficiency change, catch-up effect, and technical change in the table?
Yes, we have tables.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. All change.
The component of the Malezya index.
Yes. It's in here. Not a very big table.
No, in the presentation, they asked.
I didn't give this in the presentation because very big table.
Yeah, I understand.
No,
On
what
average,
he is asking that have you decomposed the term separately? That this is the technical change, this is the efficiency change.
We didn't see any change.
No.
Monthly change.
You go to your slide.
Hmm?
Go to your slide.
the formula of the Malezya index.
Yeah.
I think he used other program.
No.
So he explained Malezya index. That's an obvious result of the Malezya index.
Show your decomposition part. Yeah. The earlier one.
Yes, that one.
decompose the thing though. This is the technical chain, this is the efficiency component. What he is asking, have you derived each of the component?
Yes, I measured each of the component. There's no change in months.
In months. Okay, so you say in between months there is no change.
No efficiency change.
And
The
No
efficiency is
efficiency
same.
change, no technical
Index is
change.
same.
No efficiency change, no technical change.
The same change. Or between groups. Between groups. The groups are same.
And please go to the table, I don't know, table 2 maybe, the results. Yeah, slide 11. Yes. So in the last row, so the number of efficient DMUs in each month, so we can see several zero, because in DEA we have at least one DMU efficient. I'm a little bit confused for that. Would you please just explain the result in the last column, number of efficient DMUs?
Our data set is, I use all the data. These are only input level. And we grouped this in each group. In first month, we have how many efficient units? Totally 3, 4, 5 efficient units in first month.
Ah, okay.
2 of them is in first group, one
Okay.
of them is in second
okay.
group, one of them is third group, and none of them is
Yeah,
in
so,
fourth
okay.
group.
Any further questions?
Thank you.
So I'm wondering about the time frame that you asked. Do you think in this area this is more or less suitable to have monthly analysis, or maybe no, I don't know.
I think it depends with the, it depends really with the system, the type of animals we're dealing with. These are cow calves.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Are you dealing with cow calves?
Yes, yes,
Of
yes.
course.
Yeah, so I think it really will depend with the age of the cow.
This is an experimental design.
Yeah.
Though, because they are fixed, they are also fixed
Okay.
because of the experimental design.
Okay.
Okay, any further question? Okay, thank you very much.